channel Books and Other Wild Dreams. I'm Ishwarya and I make bookish content on this channel. So if you are new here, do hit that subscribe button, and if you like this video then please do give me a big thumbs up. So today I will be talking about the book The Maddest Obsession, written by Danielle Lori. The Maddest Obsession is a part of a series called the Maddest series, and The Maddest Obsession is actually the second book in the series, and the first book is The Sweetest Oblivion, and the second book is The Maddest Obsession, and the third book is The Darkest Temptation, and there is going to be a fourth book that is still a work in progress, I believe. And I just get confused with the names, like the Sweetest Temptation, The Darkest Temptation. It's like I get confused. I just have to give my brain a moment where it can recollect the names of the books. So I have read all the books, I would say, and the first book is good, but the second book, The Maddest Obsession, which we are going to talk about today, is the real stuff, people. It is the real stuff. These books can be read as standalone, which is what I did. I read the first one, then I read the third one, and then I read the second one. So you can do that also, but I would suggest that read it in a series, then that would be more correct. Or you would be able to see the characters in the other books, and then in the next book that is its successor, like that. So you can read it as a standalone, and you can read it in a series. But if you take my suggestion, read it as a series. All these books are in Kindle Unlimited, so you can totally check it out from there. Now the Maid series is actually a mafia romance. Now people, let's put a pause here, and we all know what will happen in a mafia romance. Things are about to get a little rough. Like, not a little rough, like it gets a lot rough. Like, it's just, you don't know what's happening. And there are tons of things that are going to be inappropriate. And there are some readers who do not appreciate these things. So that is why you should look into these things before reading a book, because you cannot just read something and it can be triggering to you. So just look into it and then read. So as I said, it's a mafia romance, and in mafia world it is a patriarchal world, and women are not given much importance. Like, not even much, like women are not given importance, and usually they are seen as a means for the families to reunite or become allies through arranged marriages. Like in mafia romance, arranged marriage trope is like the most famous trope, I would say, and that is what was happening in the first book. But this story is about Christian and Gianna. So Christian is a dirty federal cop, and he is working with the mafia. He is with the mafia and he's a cop also. So you are getting the thing. What Christian is now, Gianna is, she belongs to the mafia group, and she is she has had a very troubled childhood. Her father was horrible, and when she was 19 or 20, she was married off to a guy who I think was 50. Yeah, the guy was 50. So yeah, she was married, but she was hopeful that she might fall in love. Like, she was a mafia woman. She knew what was coming for her, and she went into the marriage with open heart that maybe she can fall in love, have family, the great stuff. But obviously her husband was horrible, and she just had so much hardships happening to her that she became a little hardened at a very young age, and she was a little rebellious, I would say, that she would say things that she shouldn't. She dressed a little inappropriately, and she was just rebellious being herself. And I actually did not like her in the first book. She was mentioned in the first book, and I did not like her, and that is why I did not read the book. And now I kind of feel sorry that kind of feel bad that I skipped this book, because this book was really good, and yeah, I should have read this a long time ago. I actually read the first one, and then I read the third one. Skipped Gianna's story completely because I did not like her. But in this book, when you see her story, when you look at things from her perspective, you like her. She is good. She is damn good. When the story begins, Gianna lands herself in trouble and she lands in prison, and then Christian comes to save her, because he is working with the mafia show, so he comes to save her. And that is the point where their bickering and their banter it starts, and it's like they are just going off like fireworks at each other. They do not like each other, and it is going on like, oh, I don't like you, but there is this deep-seated attraction between them. And in the beginning, the story is moving from timeline to timeline and from point of views also. Like, we're seeing her point of view, then his, and her and his, and then there are, we're jumping through timelines, and it adjusts with the timeline of the previous book also. We're seeing what happened there and that, and then this book adjusts itself in the first part, and then there is a second part of the book which happens in the present. Now, they do not like each other from the moment they meet. As I said, they bicker, they banter, there is angst, and they are saying these horrible things to each other also, but, like internally, when you're reading their point of views, it's like, okay, they like each other also, but there is this, I don't know, outer bickering thing happening with them. And Christian is so cold, so arrogant, and he has OCD. He likes everything, to be neat, to be lined up properly, and he has obsession with number 3. That you will read it in the book if you see that he has obsession with number 3. It's also in the cover. So he has obsession, and he likes everything to be neatly done, neatly packed. He's always neatly suited and everything, and Gianna is exactly opposite of him. We also learn about Christian's past in the book, which is really, really dark. He was from Russia, and we also get to know what happened with him in the Russia. He was in prison and everything, and we get to see that why he's so cold, detached and arrogant. And I would say about him that he is cold and arrogant. He says things that makes you want to punch his face, but next moment he says these beautiful things to Gianna that it makes you feel, oh, I forgive you. So he is like that because he is insanely in love with Gianna in the book. Like, insanely, that is his maddest obsession all about. He 100% belongs to the group, or to the trope that we say that touch her and you die. He 100% belongs to that trope. In all, I would say that there is no big plot twist coming in the story. It is just their relationship. Like, they're back and forth, their angst, they want each other, they do not. It's like throughout the years they know each other. It's just their relationship, and it's actually a really good read. Like, I completely enjoyed it. I have actually read it twice. I would say that I've read it twice. So I completely enjoyed it. And if you love reading Mafia Romance or dark romance, I would say that then you would completely enjoy it. Give this book a chance. And if you are not interested in this genre, and if you want to try, I think you can absolutely go for it. So that's it from me today, guys. I hope you like this video, and I'll see you next week. Till then, goodbye. Take care.